Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Atura Spark, aka Naruto. Nani? Hey, listen, I got a banger for you guys, man. As you guys know, I've been in love with the damn Milano. I've been using the Milano as an AR, and it's an SMG. Pretty trippy. You guys know that I slap with it. It has been slapping in the Warzone, and it's a very, very viable option to use as an AR. The loadout that we're gonna be showing you guys today, I added a Bullfrog to the mix. I added a Bullfrog to the mix. And the Bullfrog, as you guys know, man, it was a really disgusting SMG. It's got its nerf, it has its buffs, whatever the case may be. But right now, the way it is, it slaps. Check out this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna explain everything in detail, show you a little bit of gameplay. I actually dropped a 33 kill game after I freaking started using this build. Check it out, enjoy. All right, so getting right into the beans, the meat, the dirty gurdy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Milano and the Bullfrog build, right? So let's get right into it. The Milano. I run the sound suppressor for the muzzle. Now, you're probably wondering why this versus the agency suppressor. I don't know what it is. I could be wrong, but I've tried the agency suppressor, but the sound suppressor just hits different. I have no clue what it is. It could be a bug on the attachments. As you guys know, sometimes when they release these guns, bugs happen for these attachments, or they make updates on the attachments. And as you guys know, the sound suppressor is actually a fairly new attachment that they added in. Something about the sound suppressor just makes this gun hit 10 times harder. So that's what I use. The next important attachment is the barrel. Now, there's two different ways you can go about this. You could use the task force barrel or the heavy barrel. Now, I started off using the task force barrel originally because that's like the go-to barrel, right? Everybody likes to use the task force barrel. You guys know that it has a lot of potential to make guns great. It's been like the meta for a long time, but I started using the reinforced heavy, and a lot of the Cold War guns, well, you'll see that there is a reinforced heavy option. And what that does is it gives you a little bit more range, and it gives you damage, depending on the gun, of course. And for the Milano, it really works well for what you're trying to do, because when you're using that Milano as an AR, it's actually going to give you a little bit more damage range and make those shots hit a little bit harder, which really helps. Now, the optic that I use is that 3x scope. You're going to want to use the 3x because, as I stated before, this is intended to be used as a AR, and you want to use that in complement with the Bullfrog. You can actually still use this for close quarter combat, and it's really viable. So don't even be afraid, oh man, I always got to switch to my Bullfrog. So sometimes I forget to switch guns because this gun is just so good. The next thing that you want to use is the Marathon stock. Basically what it does is it just gives you a crap ton of mobility, as the no stock attachment would for all the Modern Warfare guns. So I use the Marathon stock. This really helps increase that sprint to fire speed, making this gun a super amazing option. Like, the mobility on this gun is crazy because, remember, it's an SMG, but you're using it as an AR, so you have that SMG mobility. So when you slap that on top of it, you're just increasing the mobility to tenfold, and it just makes it a super disgusting gun. The next thing we're gonna talk about are the magazine zines, man. 55 round drum is what I have been using. I love it because it's just really, you know, the amount of ammo that you have is enough to wipe out an entire squad, as long as you're hitting your shots, of course. Something that I've been looking into is the Salvo 55 fast mag. So you can actually go between the two of these, right? If you don't like the reload speed on the Milano, you can actually go ahead and like try out the fast mag. It seems to work pretty well. Check it out, try it out. You can try both of those options and it'll be good to go. Anyway, going right into the next gun, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're gonna get into the sidekick of the Milano, right? Because the Milano's the hero, the Bullfrog is like the sidekick. Bullfrog build, as you guys know, has been nerfed and buffed so many different times. You might be like, hey, this build is similar to what I use. You might be like, hey, this build is super weird. But what I use is the Grew suppressor for the muzzle. That's what I use. The Grew suppressor is always like the best attachment, in my opinion, for a lot of different Cold War guns. It's something that is similar to our monolithic suppressor. It has the sound suppression, the vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, effective damage range. That's a whole lot of options here. No other barrel other than that sound suppressor really kind of compares. So that's something that I use, the Grew suppressor. The barrel, you want to use the 7.4 Task Force barrel. I really enjoy this barrel because of the fact that it does give you that damage range, more bullet velocity on top of the Groove Suppressor, but on top of that, you get some strafe speed, which is increasing that mobility a little bit, so the movement's going to be there, right? It's an SMG. On top of that, you get some attachments that increase your mobility. Now you're golden. The laser that we use on the Bullfrog is going to be the Ember sighting point. You could try playing around with the Tiger Team Spotlight and the Ember sight point. Those are probably the best ones, along with the KGB target designator. What I find works the best for this gun is the Ember sighting point because of effective damage range, hip fire accuracy. So when people get too close to you, you can go ahead and just let that thing rain on them. Hip fire that bad boy. The last two attachments that we want to use are the 65 round mag, which is pretty self-explanatory, but then the GRU elastic wrap. I use the GRU elastic wrap because of the fact that the aim down and the sight speed is also increased, flinch resistant. So when you're getting shot, right, and you're trying to shoot the person back, you're not flinching as much. So you're a little bit more resistant to that, you know, getting your shot knocked off your target, and you'll be able to keep on aiming at your target and being able to hit your shots. And then it also increases aiming stability, and it's just overall a really good build. Ladies and gentlemen. So the perks, I usually run Quick Fix, Overkill, and Amped. That is really like, so Quick Fix, if you guys have never used Quick Fix basically is really good for when you're doing like 1v4s, 1v3s. If you're an aggressive player, I would recommend Quick Fix because of the fact that it gives you health regen instantly after you finish a kill. The only other thing I would swap this out for would probably be double time, and that's just because I like to rollerblade through the freaking Wolver dance. I just like to rollerblade through. That is the two options there. But Overkill and Amped, and then of course like your Ghost class, right? When you have Ghosts. Lethals, I run the Semtex and Stun Grenade. This is more personal for you guys. If you guys want to use throwing knives, there's multiple different options you can use. I used to run Smokes for a while just to make some crazy plays, but that's basically the build, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Milano build. Check out some awesome clips of me using it in action and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been great. Take care, everybody. Tour Spark
clear out the room, I'm coming
is out of here.
They want to see what
Peace.
I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost for stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping.
Sending emojis. I'm blowing a pack of that OG. Don't be acting like you know me. And if you did, that's the old me. Winter time, rock a cold fleece. Pocket fat, that's obese. Only talking money if it's increased. She give me brain, girl, no teeth. I touch down, bust down. She busted open for a real nigga. Stay Tommy'd up, trying to build it up, trying to count it up, hill figures. Don't be chilling with no little niggas. And if I do, I be real with 'em.